So we are at the Seaside and let's get things started. So the first thing I do every single day in the mornings, I do a market forecast. So I take a look at what is happening in the markets, maybe some breaking news, maybe I do a little bit of market research, and then I look at the watch list, look at my positions, I adjust the stop loss, adjust the take profit. I used to wake up during the night and do that like once per night, but I stopped waking up. I think that was just too much and it definitely impacted me for the next day. So right now for today, let me show you what I have on the watch list. So first we have the New Zealand yen. This trade has been running for like 2 months now and just trailing the position. Silver recently took it, running in some profit. Hopefully it continues up. Next we have the DAX, so this one is around break even, but a little bit of profit. I'm betting on strength out of Europe. Then we have the gold position, around break even. And I'm not taking all of these positions on my personal account. Some of these are just for prop firm accounts like FTMO. I want to be a bit more aggressive as far as prop firm accounts go. But yeah, on the personal, I'm taking a bit less trades. And then New Zealand CAD, I'm waiting for, or I'm betting on the bounce of this lower support level. Because the New Zealand, if you look at fundamental data, New Zealand is very, very strong. While the CAD is currently very, very weak. So I'm playing just buying the bottom of the range, selling at the top. And then also I have the NASDAQ on the watch list right here. So for the NASDAQ, I am looking for a pullback to this level of support and then I would be a buyer in this market. As far as the Zentum 1 hour chart purely technical analysis strategy goes, we have the Euro Yen, where I'm looking for a reversal out of this ascending channel. So I'm looking for bearish setups. And we have the Euro Dollar, which had a large impulse to the downside on the 1 hour chart. And then I'm looking for sell setups if we continue lower a bit more. So I'm trading two strategies. First strategy is mostly fundamental analysis, but this Zentum strategy is purely technical analysis. And I build my forecast in Notion. So I just have this Notion file that gets shared to Zentum traders. These are all of the thoughts and all of the reasons why I took specific positions or some positions that I'm looking to take, such as the one on NASDAQ right here. Alongside of that, I'm also tracking ChatGPT. I'm doing like a trading challenge between me and ChatGPT. So far, ChatGPT is up like 12% in the last, I think it's 45 days. So on the S&P, it has just been right through all of this period. You can see a bit of selling right here, but then buying. And today it decided to sell the S&P 500. So very interesting, and I'll keep monitoring this so that I can make an update on the challenge, the trading challenge between ChatGPT and me. The first part is already out, so you can find it on my channel and you can see the results between me and what happened here. As you can see, ChatGPT made a huge profit. Guys, I want to quickly talk to you about the EdgeFinder software, which is currently running a 40% sale. So this is the main software that I use for fundamental analysis, and it's absolutely awesome. So you get exactly all of this data, such as commitment of traders report, retail positioning, seasonality. So you see the exact months that are the best for trading, let's say, gold. And then you also get the analysis of all of the data that is coming out, such as GDP, PMIs, retail sales, CPI, so meaning inflation numbers, employment numbers, and interest rates. My favorite part of this tool is the economic heat maps. For Forex trading, this is a lifesaver. So you can see, according to all of the fundamental data that's coming out, this is the summary, and currently the New Zealand dollar is the strongest while the CAD is the weakest. So you want to buy the New Zealand dollar and you want to sell the CAD, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. So if you want to get 40% off, make sure you use my discount code, which is MARKO. You can find all of the information in the description of this video. Here is a quick guide on how to drive a boat. So first you need to turn the power on, then you put the contact here like in a car. It's very similar as a car. Then you turn the key, so the engine turns on, and you have only 3 gears. So pretty much anyone can drive it. You have neutral, forward, and reverse. So you pull this little lever, and then it goes in the forward gear, and then you can go. But one thing that you need to know that's pretty different than in a car is the wheel doesn't recenter. So when you turn the wheel, it actually stays as it is. So you have to be really careful with the wheel. You have to be really soft with the controls, because the minimal turn of the wheel makes the boat go left and right in a really, let's say, aggressive manner. So once you're in forward gear, your goal is to give it gas and get up to plane. So essentially, if you have a light boat with a lot of power, you can get it up to 30-40 miles per hour, but you need to get up to plane, and that's a critical moment when you're basically kind of flying over the water. You control that by the throttle and also by the level of the engine. You can pull the engine up and down. I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but let me show you how to get up to plane. So you basically start giving it gas, then the nose will go up as it is pushing the water. So we're currently pushing the water. We're going to continue giving it gas. More. And now we are sort of gliding over the water. So now we are on plane, and now we can go full speed. We decided to go to the island here with the boat. If anyone is interested, this is called Kirk Island, and it's pretty close to where we are, so that's great. And I want to briefly mention something about trading that is important, especially nowadays with Trump in office, and that's gonna be not just fundamental analysis, meaning economic data such as non-farm payrolls. You need to know about the macroeconomics, so the geopolitics, what's going on in the world. With Trump, you have the tariffs, and pretty much every single week there's a very significant news that Trump announces that moves the markets. So I want to help you guys. I want to tell you the way that I personally stay up to date with this news. And the first best resource is gonna be the Financial Juice website, which it's absolutely free. It's similar to a Reuters or a Bloomberg feed, but again, it's free. If you want to get instant data, so without a delay, you can pay. But if you don't need instant data, if you can manage a bit of a delay, then you have the free version. So in there you get every single news that's out there that is maybe gonna move the markets. Second best resource is Trader Nick's YouTube channel. So he makes daily videos dissecting what has happened in the markets, talking about the macroeconomics, talking about Trump, talking about the tariffs nowadays. That's a great resource as well, and it's absolutely free. The third part is Brent Donnelly, his Twitter account, and his website, which is called Spectra Markets. On his website and on his Twitter account, you get a weekly breakdown of what has happened in the markets in terms of equities, forex, in terms of metals, in terms of crypto, and I really like what he says in those weekly breakdowns. It can definitely help you to form a trade bias, right? It can add a confluence for you to, let's say, be a buyer in gold instead of being neutral on gold. And so that Brent Donnelly guy wrote the book The Alpha Trader, which is an awesome book for general trading knowledge. If you stay up to date with those free news sources, they're absolutely free. And what I do just every single day, I see what's up with Financial Juice, Trader Nick, Brent Donnelly, and I have a pretty good picture of what's going on, and I have a pretty good idea which assets I want to buy which assets I want to stay neutral on and which ones I want to sell. So yeah, that's it for this segment. Hopefully that helps you guys, and now we're gonna go and just drive around. So see you in a bit. So for the night out we chose to go to Opatija, which is a small town near us, near where we are staying. The buildings are very similar to what you can see in, for example, Monaco, but on a much smaller scale. The only issue here is that it's mostly like old people, so the younger people in Croatia, they go to the south, while the older people, they stay here in the northern part. So if you want to go for a night out or do some music, your options are pretty limited. But if you just want to walk around and look at the buildings and sit by the sea, then Opatija is great. This is an example of what I was talking about. See, the buildings are kind of different than all of the other little towns here in this area of Croatia. So it kind of looks like a small Monaco. And that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great trading week, and I will see you in the next video.